I am sad and I am confused. Once upon a time, about 23 years ago, I moved here and I was told that this was supposed to be a civilized place. I don't see much evidence of that. Because in a civilization, like when I was a child, if someone had done something minor, like, I don't know, stole an orange, they wouldn't take a picture of it. And if they took a picture of themselves stealing an orange, they definitely would not share it around with people. And if they shared the picture of them stealing an orange with people in the community, nobody would blame the person that they stole the orange from. So my question is, what has happened that we have such a society that not only can poor boys rape someone, but they can take the pictures of them and they can share these pictures around. And the people who, the society, the community in Nova Scotia that were involved with this, decide that should be shamed, were not the 4 boys. Then we have to ask ourselves, what sort of justice system do we have where they can decide to wait 10 months before they talk to these 4 boys, and they put them all in the same room when they have an interview? Then we have to ask ourselves, how come the Crown prosecutor decided that there was nothing worth prosecuting? In Nova Scotia, they've had some anti-bullying task force, and they say they're going to do things to change it. So what happened? Is this all talk? Our government claims that they're in Afghanistan because of women and children. How can they be in Afghanistan for women and children if they can't even take care of women and children in this country?
Right.
So we're living in a hypocrisy, but we think we're living in a democracy. We think we're living in a civilization. This is one of the most violent countries I've ever lived in. And it's not just the violence that happens to people, but it's the violence that's inflicted on people when we choose to be silent, or we choose to do things that encourage people to be silent in the face of injustice. So we're not civilized yet in this country. I am looking forward to when that happens. Under normal circumstances, people would get fired.
Who's that?
If you had a hockey game and someone continuously refused to actually call the game right, there would be uproar. We have RCMP, we have police, you have school officials, you have the Minister of Justice, who up till a few days ago didn't think that there was anything that could be done. He's the Minister of Justice. So I'm seriously ashamed of this country. And I'm seriously ashamed of the people in this country. I'm a citizen of this country and I'm ashamed. I am looking forward to when I can be proud. But right now we don't have a whole lot to be proud of. We have countless people who are being assaulted in this country. We have people burning down stuff, burning down people's homes because they're homophobic. We have all kinds of stuff happening in this province. But we have to ask ourselves, why is it that it's the victims of this, whether it be racial violence or sexual violence, that we seem to go after, and we let the persecutors of this great crimes go scot-free? So I think we need to collectively ask ourselves, what are we teaching our boys? We need to ask ourselves, what are our boys watching? We also need to ask ourselves, what are our girls watching? We need to ask ourselves, what sort of magazines are we allowing them to watch? What sort of websites are we allowing them to go to? And if we're allowing them to go to these websites, are we actually having conversations with them about the content that they are taking in? I think we have to have these serious conversations. There's a famous African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. We as a village have failed. So I think we need to wake up. Thank you.